Hello, thanks for joining us again on the channel. I've been wanting to talk about this for ages, and now that a friend finally got one, we can dive into his experience. Quick note before we begin, there's a discount link in the description and the top comment if you want to check it out. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Starting things off, our first reviewer gives us their perspective.
This reviewer starts by admitting a general dislike for printers, noting that something always seems to go wrong. However, this particular machine has been a welcome exception, proving to be a delight to use compared to previous models our reviewer has owned. The initial setup did take a bit of time, around an hour or so, as the machine needed to connect to the internet for updates to enable its wireless features. Once it was up and running, the wireless connection worked flawlessly with an older laptop, handling both printing and scanning without a hitch. While this client found that a direct connection to phone wasn't supported, they discovered a fantastic workaround, the ability to assign an email address to the printer. This allows for printing documents from anywhere, a feature our reviewer successfully used while away from home to send a document to their family. The only thing to remember is that the printer needs to be left in standby mode for this remote function to work. The main highlight for this client is the innovative ink system. Instead of cartridges, this printer uses a refillable tank. It arrives with a bottle of ink, and our reviewer found the process of filling the tank to be surprisingly satisfying. Even after printing over 100 documents, the ink level has barely dropped. It's also a plus that the machine is compatible with more affordable aftermarket ink, adding to the long-term value. In terms of output, the documents are impressively sharp for an inkjet model. While the text might not be quite as crisp as what you get from a laser printer, it is more than perfect for everyday needs. This reviewer went from dreading printing to genuinely enjoying it with this machine, and gives it a wholehearted recommendation.
Let's start by delving into the insights shared by our first reviewer.
This reviewer is incredibly enthusiastic about their recent purchase, calling this printer the best they have ever owned. Our reviewer highlights its versatility, noting that it handles nearly every task except for faxing and allows for seamless printing from computers, phones, and other connected devices. The most significant praise, however, is reserved for its innovative ink system. The client explains that this machine completely does away with expensive, frequently replaced cartridges. Instead, you simply pour ink from a bottle directly into a reservoir, a process that is both simple and incredibly cost-effective. This new approach means the constant worry about buying or running out of ink is a thing of the past. As our reviewer states, they will never go back to a cartridge-based system again. To emphasize the longevity of the ink, the client shared their experience after a period of heavy daily printing. Even with this constant use, the ink level had barely dropped, remaining nearly full. This experience stands in stark contrast to their previous frustrations with printers that would drain ink within days, making this particular model a revolutionary change in their workflow. The relief from the constant cycle of buying printers or ink is palpable in their feedback. Beyond the exceptional ink efficiency, the print quality itself is also described as excellent, producing clean and professional-looking documents. This client does offer one crucial piece of advice for potential buyers. This specific printer is designed for monochrome printing only, so if your needs include color documents or photos, this would not be the right fit. For anyone who primarily needs a reliable black and white workhorse, however, the recommendation is unequivocal. This reviewer expresses zero regrets and wholeheartedly encourages others not to hesitate with this purchase.
Awesome. Let's hear what our next reviewer has to share about their experience.
This reviewer rarely leaves reviews, but felt compelled to share their experience with this monochrome printer. As a doctoral student constantly printing research papers, our reviewer was desperate for a cost-effective solution to their ink cartridge woes. Their previous printer was draining their bank account with expensive ink replacements. Thankfully, this printer has been a game changer. This client estimates they've printed nearly 5,000 pages on draft mode before needing to refill the ink, a process they found surprisingly simple. While they haven't quite figured out how to get their computer to automatically recognize the ink refill, they simply monitor the levels and manually keep track. Despite this minor inconvenience, this printer has earned their wholehearted endorsement. A reviewer believes this is an excellent choice for anyone primarily needing black and white prints and dreading the never-ending cycle of expensive cartridge replacements. In their case, printing a large volume of documents, this printer has already paid for itself in ink savings within a few months. Beyond the cost savings, they also praised its speed and ease of use. The only real complaint this user has is that the display screen on the printer itself is quite small, roughly the size of a coin. Still, this small detail doesn't detract from the overall positive experience.
And that's a wrap. If this video was helpful, like and subscribe. Got questions? Let's chat in the comments. See you soon.